Hello everyone, my name's Sage, and my partners for this experiment were Paisley and Samantha, and the name of our project is Color Me Curious, Do RIT Dyes Slow Seed Growth? A little introduction to our study. We decided to experiment with RIT all-purpose dyes to resemble the effects that textile factories have on nearby soil and plant life. What is RIT dye? It's an all-purpose fabric dye mainly used to color clothing. It contains chemicals that bind to fibers, such as industrial dyes. We went with purple for our dye for this project. We set up our project with germinating 5 seeds with 20 milliliters of 100% water in a bag with a paper towel. And then, just like we did for the salt experiment, we put 5 seeds in each bag, one bag for each percent of dye for 0, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and 3. We made sure to control the amount of light and temperature that the seeds were at the entire time through the experiment, and we were looking for what stage of germination the seeds are in, inhibition, radical emergence, and shoot growth. For our hypothesis, we expected that the more dye that was present would slow the plant's growth or will have a lower percent of plants that germinate. After the 5 days, we took percentages of what the seeds did throughout the experiment, and on the left is Samantha's graph showing the total number of seeds germinated and the percentage of that. And for mine, I did the inhibition, radical emergence, and shoot growth for each percent. And the results were honestly really back and forth for mine compared to theirs, so I'm not sure if something was different with ours. But yeah. For Paisley's experiment, she did graphs for each day because she took note of the inhibition, activation, radical emergence, shoot growth, and seedling development for each day. And by day 5, she pretty much all had seedling development and one radical emergence. So for her data, it didn't really show that dyes affected it. And here are some pictured results that we captured from this experiment. As you can see, there was a lot of shoot growth that happened, some radical emergence, and as the dye increased, there was still shoot growth. These were the photos from my experiment. For mine, the radical emergence and shoot growth definitely slowed down. There wasn't any crazy difference from 0% to 3%, but 1% showed the most compared to 3%. Overall, our final conclusion from this experiment was that the overall outcome did not show that dyes had any effect on the germination, but majority of the solutions had similar results. Some outliers in this experiment, for example, were in Paisley's experiment, 2.5% was the only group that did not make it past radical emergence, which is interesting. And in Samantha's experiment, 1.5 only had a 67% germination rate rather than the 100% rate she had for all her other solutions. And in mine, we only had 1% make it to shoot growth, with all of the solutions getting stuck at radical emergence.